Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Alex Cuesta Daily Show. How is everybody doing on this fine Monday, February 7th, 2022? It is another edition of Positivity Monday. Yay! Doing this for the second time around, and feels good. Feels good to try and get everybody started off with some positivity for their week. So that's what we're going to do. Before we get into anything that has to do completely show related, let's talk about everyone listening, giving us a like, share, follow, subscribe, rate us 5 stars if you're on Spotify or iTunes. All the others apply to all sorts of other social media, YouTube, Facebook, all that good jazz. And also spreading this word of mouth. Let everybody know that this happens at least 5 days a week, maybe 6. And it's good fun. Good fun to come here, listen, talk about an article, do some cool things. And Positivity Monday is a good time. So we're going to keep going with it. Social medias, as always, go search The Alex Cuesta Show anywhere you can find social media, and we'll be there. So it is a good time to be around. And as I'm starting to do, as I said I was going to do, before we get into all the positive stuff, I am still here to hold Joe Biden to task and to account for his numbers that he's responsible for with COVID-19. As I said last time, the major news networks might not want to do this anymore, but I do, in the name of fairness, of course. Because again, if it was fair to daily have the tickers up during President Trump's time and constantly harp on cases was the big thing too. Don't get it twisted here. It wasn't death. Death was not the big number. It was only, when they hit a milestone, they would highlight it, but they always talked about cases. Since Joe Biden has overseen Delta and Omicron, which are much more easy to spread, they've stopped talking about cases. Cases aren't important anymore. Death isn't even important either. They don't report on any of it anymore. They don't care. It's not a thing for them now because it's not politically expedient. But here on the Alex Cuesta Daily Show, we want to keep it as consistent as possible. So if it was important for one president who oversaw this pandemic to be held to account with all these things, it's going to be important for the next one to be held to account, especially one who had a plan to beat it. This is the same guy that also said he was going to cure cancer. So let's see how he's doing here. So we left off Friday. He was at 76,069,409 cases and 897,881 deaths. Over the weekend, I was lazy and I did not go back and find all the numbers on those days, but I did go back to the CDC website, which is not fun to navigate. I think they kind of do that intentionally. They don't want you to look at this type of stuff. They don't want you to actually understand the graphs and everything. So they kind of put it behind everything. If you know how to navigate the CDC website, it's still a pain in the ass, but it's doable. So I did it. And we're going to go Saturday the 5th. The case count was 76,301,997. That's a jump of 232,588, less than it was on Friday. And then the deaths was up to 899,434. That's up 1,553, again, less than it was on that Friday. Going into Sunday, cases up 76,415,622. That's up 113,625. Again, trending lower. And deaths 899,756. 322 deaths added that day. So Sunday was overall a pretty good day. In relative terms, not a good day at all. There are people dying, people getting sick. But in relative terms, as comparative, it was a pretty good day. Jump into the numbers of today, and we have 76,505,422 cases. That's up 89,800. And deaths cracked the 900,000 threshold. It's at 902,624. That's up 2,868. So we're over 900,000 deaths. Let's remember, Joe Biden, when he started this on January 20th of 2020, he had 2021, sorry, not 2020, 2021, he had, what was it? 401,823 deaths. He's now over 501,000 more of those. So he's overseen a lot of death. And it doesn't seem like anyone that was holding Trump to task for all this, including Joe Biden, when he tweeted that anyone that oversees 200,000 dead is not fit to be president. Man has oversaw over 500,000 dead in less than 13 months. For a guy who had a plan, really not looking like it's going too well. So we're going to continue to do this. It's not fun. Honestly, I'm not getting much joy out of this, but someone's got to hold him to task because the media is not doing it anymore. And I hate saying the media. I hate being that guy, the media, but it's true. The leftist media that was very, very big on trying to track all these numbers and blow cases out of proportion for I think the death rate is still at damn near 1%. It's not like it's moved much, but they needed to blow it out of proportion to try and get Trump out of office. And they did. They successfully, they framed it so well. And now they've gone away from it because midterms are coming up. Their selected guy is in office. So we don't want to talk about it anymore. So they don't. And this is what we get. Over like 55,000 more cases since he's seen 55 million more cases and 500,000 more deaths. It's a lot. That's a lot. They make half the deal out of these as they did out of Trump. Biden might have been impeached already, which I don't want. I don't want that. I don't want Kamala Harris. She sucks. But it's pretty bizarre. It's bizarre. So I'm going to continue to hold him to task because I think in the name of fairness, it's something we should be doing, something people should be paying attention to and people should be spreading. So if you're at home, write these numbers down, spread them out because it's a big deal. It is a big deal. Maybe it's something that we'll start tweeting out. The daily tracker for Joe Biden, because we might have to do that. Someone has to hold him account. So before we get into the Positivity Monday article, we're going to have to talk about some things really quickly. So keeping up with ID.me, people might be tired of hearing about this as a broken record, but I think it's one of the most important things we can talk about. It is reported by CNN, which, quick aside on CNN hired Jonah Goldberg. Jonah Goldberg is as big of a rhino grifter that you will ever see. He calls himself a conservative. He's not. If CNN, the rumor was that they're trying to shift to a more objective news platform. I guess maybe by trying to hire a quote unquote conservative, they think they're getting there. Man, that's bad. Fire Brian Stelter, first of all. Get rid of him. That would help a lot in your credibility. Get rid of that guy. He sucks. And it's not about hiring guys or hiring girls that are quote unquote conservatives, because if you hire someone and they go to you, automatically those on the diehard right are just going to be like, yeah, he's a rhino. He's a grifter. He's not that. Blah, 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 blah. They're just not going to believe that they're worth any of their salt because they're just going to think they took the money to go work for the devil. That's just what they're going to say. You want some credibility? Stop demonizing Tucker Carlson every night. And I get it. Tucker does it back. And it's not right when Tucker does it for the most part, but picking on dumb shit that he does and says it's so bad. And stop with your Joe Rogan crusade. If anyone that listens or has listened to Joe Rogan or has even scrolled through his guests to see, the man brings on everybody, everyone, and he talks about everything. He's not afraid to talk about everything. He's not afraid to put on viewpoints he truly disagrees with, and also ones that he completely agrees with, but he pushes back on everybody. He asks questions on everyone, whether he agrees or disagrees. And sometimes he agrees. And sometimes he agrees in the moment and then goes back and he'll talk to another guest and is like, yeah, I guess I was wrong on that. Joe Rogan is not afraid to be human. And it's scary to robots in the leftist media who just do exactly what they're told. So stop attacking guys like that. And that'll help. That'll help your credit 100%. If you can have people come on and instead of attacking him, and especially you're a quote unquote journalist like Brian Stelter, attacking him, saying we're real journalists, people shouldn't be listening to that guy. We get 1 million on primetime. He gets 11 million per show, but we're journalists. Don't do that. That's not going to get you any cred with anyone, especially people on the right who are hearing him bring on guys that they're favorable towards. And yes, it might be a little bit of just playing the partisanship with people that are like, yeah, we're going to rock with Dr. Malone. We're going to rock with James Lindsay, even though he's on the left, but the people on the right love him. Rock with Tim Pool. He's a centrist. People on the right love him. Like It's just bizarre who they decide to pick on and how everyone is so tone deaf at CNN right now on the TV side. Just stop doing those things. You can disagree with Joe Rogan. It's not a problem of disagreeing with him, but it's trying to destroy him and calling him all sorts of names and like demonizing the guy. No, there's a different way of going about it. Say, listen, we would not have Dr. Robert Malone on this network. We don't think that he's somebody that's credible, but Joe Rogan did. And this is why we disagree with Joe Rogan. Not people shouldn't be listening to that guy and his misinformation and hitting all the stupid buzzwords, because that's not going to win you anything. So that's a little bit of advice. But going on to CNN's article here, because I've said it before, CNN still has good journalists that do their jobs, that actually write on the website and things like that. They have some pretty good journalists out there that when they're just reporting the news and they're allowing their journalists to just do their jobs, they're pretty damn good. So with the ID.me, got on a little aside there. ID.me, IRS halts plan to require facial recognition for logging into user accounts. That's the article there. It was written today, so it's a pretty recent article. And essentially what it says is that the IRS is putting a halt on bringing in ID.me because of all the questions that was raised about the company and the partnership, all this good jazz with the identification, and that they really care about taxpayer privacy and all this bullshit. We're going to be real here. They got rid of the ID.me thing because they got pushback. That's it. They got public pushback. People looked into this company and was like, they're a bunch of sleazebags. We don't want to do this. We don't want to make a digital passport for the government to have and for a third party to hold on to. We're not doing this. We don't like this. And it went left and right. Everyone kind of jumped on this and was like, no, let's not do this. So that's where that is. Now, it is now apparently up to this article, it's now into 30 states with unemployment. That's news. It was 27 the last time I checked a few days ago. It's now up to 30 states. That's a problem. If it infests at the state level throughout the country, it's as good as being in the Fed, because it'll be a universal thing used by all the states. So again, look up if ID.me needs to be used for you to get unemployment in your state. Whether you need it or not, look it up. Because if you do, talk to your state representatives, your state senators, your state assemblymen, whatever it is, and tell them to get this the fuck out of there. Get it out of there. So this is a cancer right now. ID.me is a cancer. And don't think the IRS is giving up on this shit. They've already cried we don't have the resources, and yet they hired like 82,000 new people to go do boots on the ground type of stuff to go and come after you for your taxes. They're able to hire a ton of employees, but they didn't have the resources distributed to this side. Yeah, I'm not buying that one bit. IRS is not going to get away from this. Or look for another thing that deals with the public deeply, another government agency that deals deeply with the government that's going to require something like this. Look for the post office to do some shit like this. DMV to do some shit like this. Something like this. Watch out for it. I know DMV is a little more local, so post office. Watch out for that. Something where people in the United States have no choice but to be involved with this type of thing. IRS was perfect because damn near everyone files their taxes. So they were going to be able to get all of our database. Most of the country was going to do it. And boom, quick and easy, name of your safety, yada, yada. We caught on to that. Enough people on both sides caught on to that. They got called out. They're getting rid of it. Watch for them to try and sneak something like this. It may not be ID.me. Could be another company, or the government could think of something like this themselves and do it themselves now. They have the soft test. They saw the pushback, but who knows what they're going to try next. They've seen that people are sheep. They've seen it. Government says they do. Keep on wearing masks. Masks don't work. We say keep on wearing masks. Everyone does it. People are fucking stupid. Get this vaccine. It's not really a vaccine. It's a great pre-treatment. We're saying it's a vaccine. Listen to the Pfizer and Moderna CEOs. Oh, we hate big pharma. Oh, now we love big pharma. Give us vaccines. Listen to the CEOs, listen to government, get more jabs. People are stupid. Okay. That's just how it goes. People are sheep and they're idiots. But enough caught on to this. Be wary, be careful. I'm going to keep my ears to the ground, see what keeps going on with this, because this isn't over. Not by a long shot. The government tries this once. That means they thought they can get away with it. They're going to try something like this again. Keep your ears to the ground. I'm going to. All right, moving on quickly. I have a few more things I want to cover, and then we are going to jump right into Positivity Monday. I'm going to talk about the trucker convoy in Canada again. I've been talking about this for a few days. David and I did a show on Wednesday about it. And it's gone to some major levels. A lot of the truckers came back this past weekend. It's been a 9-day protest in Ottawa. Farmers have joined in Toronto, different parts of Halifax. There's been a lot going on there. Canada is rising up, and they're doing it in the best way. It's peaceful. They're just kind of getting in the way. Don't let people bullshit you about, oh, they're blocking emergency lanes. No, this protest has made sure to keep at least one lane going either way open, so that emergency vehicles and people can get through. So don't believe the nonsense with that. Now, what is going on is they declared a state of emergency. The Ottawa premier, whatever the hell he is, the mayor, I don't know. The mayor of Ottawa declared a state of emergency. It doesn't allow the cops to go in and start arresting, even though they're starting to do bullshit investigations like honking. They're arresting people for honking and letting citations. So the police are starting. But the state of emergency allows police to go in and take fuel tanks and basically allow people to freeze. And if you try to bring fuel to any of the truckers, you can get arrested for that in Ottawa. So they're starting to try and crack this down in an extreme way. And this is why I had an episode on this a long time ago with David on the Alex Cuesta show. We cannot blindly back the blue anymore. That can't be a thing. You back the blue when it's right. The cops that participate in this over in Canada do not deserve the backing. They are the foot soldiers of negative revolutions, of bad revolutions. They are always the foot soldiers of it, because it's, whether it's the paramilitary that comes in, but they all act as cops. And a lot of former cops just do it because they're just doing their job. They just want to keep their job. I'm telling you, Canadian police that are doing this shit, stop it. Do not participate. Stand up against it, against the power there. You're on the wrong side if you're fighting against freedom. If you're fighting against what these truckers are trying to do and these farmers are trying to do in getting the vaccine mandates and mask mandates and bullshit lifted, you are on the wrong side of this. And any cop that participates in it is on the wrong side and does not deserve the back the blue treatment. Period. End of discussion. Because these are the same people that'll do a firing line when they need to. I know it's extreme, but I shit you not, these are the ones that will do it. So please, if you are a Canadian and you have a friend that's a cop in the Ottawa area, tell them to call in sick for a week or so. Tell them not to do it, or tell them just to refuse. I know it's asking a lot to put your job on the line, but damn it, sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's worth it. It's easy for me to say from behind this microphone. I get it. But the alternative is go with it and become a terrible person, or allow your spouse to go with it and live under tyranny eventually. Because this is the type of tyrannical shit. They're shutting down roads. They're not allowing fuel to go in. They are basically trying to do citations for anything with these people that they can find. And it could all be solved if they just talk to them in good faith. If Trudeau would have a meeting with the organizers, maybe that would help. If they would end the vaccine mandates, maybe that would help. Maybe, but no. Trudeau still hides, and the liberal press tries to demonize an actual peaceful protest. So we're going to keep an eye on that. They're not done in Canada. Hopefully, the United States shapes up and can do something like that. All right. Last thing before we get into my story here. I had a great weekend. I went over to an indoor water park, a Six Flags indoor water park in northern New York, and it was a great time. Me and my family had a fantastic time. But I have to tell you, that I had a great experience with COVID-19 being the most courteous virus of all time again. I know people might be scratching. What do you mean courteous virus? It's killed hundreds of thousands. It's infected millions. What are you talking about? Well, guys and girls, don't want to be politically incorrect. It's such a courteous virus that when we were in the pool area, I don't think anybody besides some of the workers were wearing masks. No one. Because we were all in water. We were all jumping around, going down pools, doing things like that. But the moment you stepped out of there, you were expected to wear a mask around the same exact people that you were sharing the resort with. But it just goes to show you, COVID's courteous. It understands. It's like, wait a minute. People are trying to have a good time with their family. I ain't going to infect them. We're going to, COVID is just going to, as COVID, we made a decision. We're just going to stay outside the pool area. We're just going to hang out. Wait till you motherfuckers come out, though. Get your mask on or we got you. But in the pool area, enjoy your time with your family. That seems like what it is. That's what the rules seem like. And again, I had another great experience in a restaurant where the moment I magically sat down in my chair, boop, COVID understood. Dude's just trying to get some food. He's just trying to eat. Ain't going to go after him while he eats. He stands up to go to the bathroom. That's a different story. All bets are off. Sitting down eating? No. I'm COVID. I'm a courteous virus. Not going to do that to the guy. He's cool. I understand. Wake up, people. Wake the fuck up. The masks are bullshit. Social distancing is bullshit. Wake up. If you see something fishy and you see something stupid, just don't do it. That's the best advice I can give you. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Say no. I didn't wear a mask once at that friggin' lodge. I didn't put it on at all. No one said shit because they all know it's stupid. Everyone from top to bottom, besides your crazy zealots who are stupid anyway, they're the idiots. So that's fine. But 95% of the population right now knows it's stupid, but they're too scared to do anything. Take your mask off. It might inspire someone else to take it off. And maybe the rest of the people. Take it the fuck off. It's useless. And let people know it's useless if they ask you. Or just stare at them like I do. I just deadpan at them. Just look at them. Not going to do anything. If you engage them, they might get angry and get some courage. For the most part, they're not going to do anything. So, all right, enough with the negative stuff. Positivity Monday. That's the name, right? Let's do this. Okay, Positivity Monday. So this has to do with sports again, but it's a great, great, great story. So in the Super Bowl right now, coming up this weekend, we have the Cincinnati Bengals, the upstart Cincinnati Bengals, a young team led by the second-year quarterback, Jordan Burrow, rookie wide receiver sensation Jamar Chase. Great story going on there. And they're playing the Los Angeles Rams, Matt Stafford getting his chance to win a Super Bowl after putting in a career's worth of work over in Detroit. And coming there, OBJ getting a chance to get a championship after all the ridicule and shit he's been through. Cooper Kupp's a monster. Like there's a lot of people to like in this Super Bowl. It's a fun Super Bowl. It's a lot of likable characters in this one. People might hate OBJ. I don't hate OBJ. He's a prima donna wide receiver. He's not the first. He's not the last. They exist. Leave OBJ alone. But there is a lot of likable characters in this one. These stories that I'm going to talk about center around the Cincinnati Bengals and their fan base. And weirdly enough, Jim Irsay, who's the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, with two of these stories. I'm going to breeze over two of them. The main one I want to talk about is a big one that went viral. But two of them came about when I was searching for the other one. So over here, Jim Irsay decided that he was going to give away some tickets. And again, Jim Irsay is the Colts owner, Indianapolis Colts, not in the Super Bowl at all. So he gets a lot of shit, Jim Irsay. This is a pretty stand-up move. So he gave away two tickets, one to Loner Lauren and another one to Shelby Longworth. Now, Shelby Longworth is apparently giving it to her father, Rod Longworth, and is the father who's going with the brother. The father's been a diehard fan. He's only missed 2 games since 1987. So this is a really, really, really cool story for those two involved. Now, something else cool happened though, because I think he was going to be done at this point. And this was announced on February 2nd. So it's been a little while ago. It was a week ago that this happened. Now, go back a little bit, a day later on February 3rd, apparently Jim Irsay had 2 tickets returned to him. So he decided to give it to 2 more. So a grandson won these tickets for his grandfather. Now, his grandfather's 84, a diehard Bengals fan. He's had 2 Bengal buses, which if you go and look at it, they're pretty badass. And it's just a great feel-good story that some hardcore fans get to go. Now, the story of this whole episode, though, comes to you. Those 2 stories both came from Fox 19 now. So you can look them up. 84-year-old Bengals fan and pair of Bengals fans win trip to Super Bowl. You'll probably see them if you search for this one. This one's from the New York Post, written by Dean Balsamini. Cool name. Bengals fan James Lipscomb is headed to the Super Bowl after tearful video. Now, if people haven't seen the video, when the Bengals won the AFC Championship, there was a video of an elder man bawling his face off because he's a diehard Bengals fan and he got to finally see his Bengals go to a Super Bowl. Let's get to the story here. He's got a date with destiny. An 86-year-old Bengals fan who hasn't missed a game since the team's inception will be going to the Super Bowl next week, thanks to a viral video of him weeping as his team won the AFC Championship last Sunday. James Lipscomb cries tears of joy as he sat in his Fairfield, Ohio living room watching on his TV his team stunning 27-24 overtime upset of the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I got to say, that was an amazing game. A great game. It looked early like the Chiefs are going to run away with it, and the Bengals hung tough and ended up winning the game. And if you watch that video and your eyes stay dry, you are not human. Go back and look up the video. James Lipscomb celebrates Bengals winning the AFC Championship. You looked it up, I guarantee that there's probably a bunch of them. Beautiful, beautiful video. Let's keep going. Lipscomb's daughter, Linda Eichenbrenner, recorded the heartwarming moment as her dad shook on his recliner and it hit his face in the blanket. "This is so awesome. How happy are you, Dad?" Linda asked. "Oh, God, I can't stand it," he said through tears in a video that garnered 5.5 million views. Like, I'm thinking about it right now. It was a beautiful video, guys. If you have not seen this video yet, please go watch it. It's again, people that don't like sports mock sports, but there's something about sports that just moves people. So let's keep going. His granddaughter, Elizabeth Eichenbrenner, then launched a wildly successful GoFundMe campaign, Get Grandpa to the Super Bowl, to send her pappy to Southern California for the big game against the Los Angeles Rams on February 13th. All costs would go towards him and a caregiver to get to the game. I know it's a big ask, but he is the biggest Bengals fan out there at the ripe age of 86, the granddaughter posted. By Tuesday, donations had soared to $42,000, so the family ceased fundraising. This is the beauty. Part of the beauty of sports. Sports fans love to give and are really, really happy to give to great causes. I touched on that last week with the Bills fans and the Chiefs fans and all that type of great stuff. And it just continues. It just continues. And just look at that. $42,000 raised because of a beautiful viral video. Let's keep going. Quote, every super fan, dad, and grandpa should get to see his team play and have a dang good time. Blessings to him, his family, friends, and contributors. Posted Jerry McGinnis, who kicked in $50. Lipscomb has certainly earned his Bengals stripes. He was among the 21,682 who attended Cincinnati's first game at Nippert Stadium on August 3rd, 1968, his birthday. A season ticket holder for decades, Lipscomb has not missed watching a single game since. For better or worse, mostly worse, he's watched the 381 Bengals regular season and playoff wins, all 473 losses and 5 ties. Listen, as a Jets fan, I can sympathize with him. When you watch a subpar franchise, and the Bengals are better than the Jets historically. They don't have the Super Bowl the Jets have, but I think the Bengals fans have more success that they've seen. It's been tough. Their nickname is the Bungles for a reason. But, I mean, that's dedication right there. Let's keep going. He attended Super Bowl XVI. What is that? That's 16? Super Bowl 16? Sure. He attended Super Bowl 16 in Pontiac, Michigan in 1982, only to watch the San Francisco 49ers edge the Bengals 26-21. He stomached a gut-wrenching 20-16 rematch loss to the 49ers in Super Bowl 23 in Miami in 1989. So this is really cool. The guy doesn't miss games. This is pretty cool. Lipscomb was so obsessed that back in the day, he even wrote unsolicited scouting reports on the players and sent them to the team, his family said. 54 years and many tears later, he'll be at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles to find out if the third time is the charm. All right, I'm not rooting for anybody in this game. And I guarantee there's some stories like this on the Los Angeles side as well. I haven't read them, but man, if this doesn't make you have a spot for the Bengals and make you want to see the Bengals win a little bit, it kind of reminds you of the Golden State Grandmas, where they were there for the beginning, like so many years ago when Golden State won their championship, and then they were back to watch the Splash Brothers take it in with Draymond and stuff. And I don't know if people remember that story, but it was a great story, and it was awesome. They got to see it. They were another one, diehard at every Golden State game. So this is cool. Let's go in with the last few paragraphs here. People of the world, I bless you, he said in a video to social media, to thank everyone for their generosity that landed him the golden ticket. You have done something that many people would not think of doing. You have been such a wonderful, wonderful bunch of people that have taken me under your wing. I appreciate it. I love you. God bless you. He ended his message with the familiar Bengals chant, Who Dey? All right, everyone. This is a great story. And I know I've gone back to sports twice, and it's tough to find good news, everyone. It's really not easy, but sports keep on bringing it back. They keep on bringing it back because, like I said, something about sports, something about fandom just brings out a different side of people. Sometimes it's extremely ugly. It really is. We've seen sports fights and everything and brutal shit going on all the time. But there's times where it's beautiful, like this, like last week, like the story I saw earlier today about the Eagles safety that surprised this 11-year-old girl who lost her father and her grandfather last year to take her to a daddy-daughter dance. Beautiful, beautiful things, and things that go on like this where celebrities and athletes understand their star and use it in the right way, or groups of fans get together to do something awesome. Do something awesome for people. These are the things of beauty right here. These are the things of beauty. And Who Dey Nation stepped up big time for this 86-year-old fan. So congrats to him. He's getting his way gone. $42,000 raised is beautiful. He's going to get to go and enjoy the Super Bowl. And for him, I am hoping the Bengals win for his sake. I'm torn. I want Matt Stafford to get a championship. I think Matt Stafford deserves it. But man, also be beautiful to watch him celebrate at 86 years old. Watch him celebrate his team finally get a Super Bowl. I can only hope that the Jets get a Super Bowl before I turn 86 because, man, it would be tough not seeing. At least he got to watch his team play in 2 Super Bowls. It's going to be tough not to see the Jets even get there before I'm 86. But, just beautiful stories. If anyone has any amazing stories that they find throughout the week, please send them my way. They're so hard to come by. It's pathetic how hard they are to come by, but please send those my way because I like doing this. It feels good. It feels good to talk about the positive stuff. And, Super Bowl is this should be a great Super Bowl too. So I'm excited for it. And yeah, it's another reason to watch. If you don't want to watch a game, if you had no reason to watch it, watch to see if this gentleman gets his day and the 84-year-old diehard fan gets his day, or the father who has only missed 2 games since 86 or something like that. There are so many cases of this. Like I said, guarantee there's some on the other side in LA. We've just heard about it more from the natives of Ohio and Cincinnati over there. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to the Alex Cuesta Daily Show. As always, like, share, follow, subscribe, rate us 5 stars on Spotify and iTunes, and spread this on word of mouth. Tell everyone Positivity Monday is a great time. Even though I started off with some negative stuff, we got to the positive, and it was fun. As always, find us on social media at The Alex Cuesta Show. Go search for it, type it in. You'll find us. We're there. The Alex Cuesta Show. And that's going to be a wrap on this one, everybody. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thanks for listening.